Hello, I thought I would do Marc's tag, but I can't find the questions because the little dweeb's done erased them or something. So I'm going to have to get them from, I guess, Jasmine's video.
On to number 1. If you were being arrested for murder, which TV detective or cop would you want to be the arresting officer?
Magnum PI. And I want there to be a lot of bumping and grinding while he's frisking me up against the wall.
She isn't a detective. She's a very old woman. Moving on to number 2. Can you do the Vulcan greetings? Yes. Or, there you go. Moving on to number 3. Do you say short-lived or short-lived?
Lived.
Short-lived. Yeah.
Copycat.
Moving on to number 4 and last. When speaking of a personal strength, do you say...
I think I say my forte, only because I did not know the, of course, the meaning behind it the way Marc does, but I was trained in music, so I just usually said forte as in pianissimo or, forte. So I say forte and not knowing that I was wrong. Okay, now I think I shall go and do Jasmine's tag. And that Snoopy Jasmine wants to know, do your area you live in have a neighborhood watch? Well, some streets in my neighborhood do, but my street doesn't. There was at one time a neighbor wanted to get one together, and I don't think there was enough people interested in it to actually do it. We should do that, though, because there have been burglaries in the area, and there's a number of older people in the area. So I think that it's a good idea. It's just that nobody ever seems to have the time or the energy to actually set it up and be the area captain or whatever. Question 2. Do you have neighbors who are not neighborly? Yes. There's a lady that I refer to as Bitchy Poo, who called the police on Busby when he was barking when he was a puppy once. I think I told this story before. And me and her had it out, had some serious words at the back door. I told her that I wasn't pleased with her grandchildren screaming day and night either. And that I was going to call the police on them when they lighted up their illegal backyard fire pit. We still don't talk to this day. Question 3. As a kid playing outside, did you dislike any neighbor? If so, why? We had some weird neighbors when I was a kid. There was Crazy Mary, who wore she was, I don't know. As a kid, she seemed ancient, but she was, I don't know, probably in her mid-50s or something. But she had a Andrew Sisters hairdo and big painted-on Betty Davis lips, and she always smoked. And she drove this old, I couldn't tell you what the car was, but it had a leopard vinyl hood on it. And one day I was out playing, and she came marching up the street, shouting at the top of her lungs what I took to be, "Get out of my way, because I got heartburn." And I ran into the house and hid. We also had this weird man named Mr. True who was crazy. He used to shoot at people and listen to the police on his CB radio so that when they were coming for him, he could get out of Dodge. He used to heat up coins on Trick or Treat and throw them out on the sidewalk and laugh as kids would go to pick up the hot coins and burn themselves. This neighborhood had quite a few odd characters when I was a kid. Number 4, would you rather have neighbors or not, and why? I don't know. It would depend on what kind of neighbors. I always think I would love to live out in the country where I have acres of farm fields and trees between me and my nearest neighbor. But there are other times, when you see people living in like inner cities in nice townhouses that have friendly neighbors, and that has a charm to it too. And it's kind of nice to think, if you're like prostrate on the floor having a heart attack, that somebody might hear you calling for help. Whereas if you're out in a shack somewhere in the middle of the wilderness, you're pretty much going to die and get eaten by bears. So either one, I see advantages to both sides. I guess if I'm young and healthy, I'd like to live out in the wilderness for a while. But then if I'm feeble and in imminent danger of a heart attack, I'll move into town. Question 5. Do you have coffee with your neighbors? No. I don't like people. Every once in a while they'll invite me, my folks, over for like dinner or something. That happened just a couple months ago with the lady across the street. She was thanking us for taking in her paper and her mail, or letting her dog out if she's gone or something, which is something I have to do again on Sunday because she's going to the races. So every once in a while, we'll reciprocate, have a dinner or a meal with a neighbor, something like that. But to just go over and hang and have coffee, no. That's not my style. I wish it was. Maybe someday it will be, but I am a loner. Thank you, Jasmine, and I hope that Mark and Jasmine's tags both got recorded here in the same video, and I'll try and post it right now. Bye!